Edward Alpha, what happened?
Okay, you can't hear me. Sorry. This is not showing up. Like if I share my screen, nothing shows. So I want to try it.
We're not using. We're not okay. Okay, people are joining this already. Oh my goodness.
Aha. See, that's how it should be. So you guys can see the screen, right?
Yeah. Yes, boss.
Okay. As they're coming in, we'll just carry on like that. So this is what we are trying to achieve today, right? The scary things here are the triangles and these rotated numbers. Okay, but if you just as usual, you start small. All right, there's a circle, there's another circle, there's another circle, there's another circle, there's this next. So gradually, it will start, and the whole shape will come out, right? So let's start with the ones that are simple, the ones we can do, the circles. Okay. So I'll just create a new HTML file. Let's call it HTML.
Is someone recording the class?
Again? I just remembered.
Is someone recording?
Okay. Circle 2. Maybe I just have a name. Someone saying something?
Yes, I was asking if you've started recording.
Recording. Oh, I've actually been recording for a long time. Throughout all those troublesome things, I was recording.
Okay.
It's been there for like how many minutes now? Okay. Circle 2, right? Let's get started. We just have this white blank. But that's great. So, how many circles do you see? Where's that picture? How many circles do you guys see that we should create?
4.
Hello?
Someone said
Can
4.
you guys hear me?
4 circles. 4 circles.
4 circles. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. Okay, 4 circles. So to just be divs. Let's just call it dot circle inside dot circle. Another dot circle and another dot So 4 divs all inside each other. Now, they had different colors, right? The first one is white. Let's say it's white. Let's say it's not blue. Or we can still say it's blue. Anyhow, I think, which one would you prefer the first one to be? White or blue? Maybe blue, white, blue, white. I think that feels like something, I mean. So the first is blue, the next is white, and like that. So for this first circle, maybe add dot blue. For the third circle, we add dot blue. Okay. So I'll add the CSS. Circle star. Okay. Okay, so I like to use, when I have this kind of repeated stuff, I like to just give them a class and style that class. So for circles are pretty nice, they are basically squares that have border radius of 50%. So that just screams custom class to me whenever I see it. All right, so universal resets. Oh. Yeah, I was writing this thing in Microsoft Word earlier, was it yesterday or so? And at the end of the line, I put a semicolon. I just found it very funny.
It's actually funny.
So dot circle to just have aspect ratio of 1. I hope you guys are familiar with aspect ratio. Border radius of 50%. So that means whatever width I give to them, they'll just have the same height and get rounded into a circle immediately. Okay. So dot blue, we'll just have background blue. Okay, so let's give these other classes to help us talk to them and give them their specific widths. So for this one, maybe it's just circle 1 like that. Circle 2, circle 3, and circle 4. So so we'll give this one a width, drop that width by something for circle 2, drop it by something for circle 3, and a little bit, drop it a little bit for circle 4. And when we look at what we have, we can, adjust things as we like. So circle 1. Let's just see 300 px. What do you think circle 2 should be? Yeah? Circle 2, 3, 4, what do you think their widths should be? Can someone just suggest something?
Circle 2 should be 100 or 150.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay, I said circle 2 should be 100 or 150.
So circle 1 is 300. 150, okay. What about 3 and 4?
Let 3 be 85. I don't know.
85, yes. And 4?
Let 4 be 40.
40, yes. All right. Oh.
Can you not share your minimize your VS Code and the screen together, the browser
Okay, so
together,
that we'll just see both of
side
them,
by
right?
side. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Main. Let's say main is just full screen.
Or maybe just close your the sidebar of the VS Code. That's
Okay.
the menu bar, yeah.
Thank you. Display grid. So this one is just one line. I don't know. If I write something unfamiliar, please just call my attention. I'm just moving on because I feel these are familiar, right? So we have this in the center, but then our circles are still not conforming. So since they all have that class circle, I'll just add these two, display grid and place items center to the circles.
What does place items do?
We may need let me add a position relative so that will give Z index. So Z index has issues with.
Sorry, I'm asking what place item does.
Place items. Okay, it's like a shortcut for grid. It's like align item center and justify content center or flex, but at the same time. So it just puts something in the vertical and horizontal center of the grid. Sure.
Okay.
Sorry. This index.
Please, can I ask about this Z index?
Yeah.
I don't understand what it does.
Oh, it's my fault. Sorry. Now because it was not even so necessary. Let me remove it for now. I didn't give the white ones a background. I have background blue, but I don't have background white. So since those white ones are inside the blue, backgrounds, what's it called? It gets inherited by children. So since they don't have a background set, they just inherited the blue. So I'll have to add blue myself. White. And for those other two, these two. This and this. White.
Please, I beg. I don't.
Circle white. You don't understand? Okay, we styled the circle class. We gave it. Sorry, you are kind of breaking.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
So you were explaining something to me, please.
Okay, we have all our circles have the circle class. All right, so we give them aspect ratio so that whatever width we give to them, it will just replicate that dimension for the height. So it will be like a square.
Okay.
Then border radius 50%, since that makes rounds the edges completely to make a circle if the height and width are the same. Border radius 50% does not automatically make a circle. The condition is that the height and the width have to be the same. So if we change this now to say 142 and say you won't have a circle anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, so just keep that in mind. The circle, the first thing is width and height is the same thing, and then border radius 50%. So display grid and place item center was just to make sure that whatever is inside the circle goes to the middle. Okay, then we have these background colors or background classes, blue and white. Okay, so we just did it alternatively. First is blue, next white, then blue, then white.
Okay, let me ask a question. Sorry.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
Your HTML tag. When you wanted to start for the HTML tag, yes. You know, when you wrote dot circle, not put blue. I did not get how you did it. I should just press it once. Everything just came out like that.
Okay. What's that thing called again, sir? Emmet. It's Emmet. You notice that HTML sometimes helps you with some things. In fact, this common one that we use, at the beginning where you just press this and you see this.
Yeah.
That is Emmet abbreviation.
Okay.
So creating things with Emmet can be kind of fun. If you write dots, you are saying that this is a div with a certain class. So if you look down here, you see it's div with the class of something. And so if I wanted to create, let me say, Joe, like this. If you want something with an ID, it's hash. All right. So if you want something to be inside this div, then you put a greater than symbol, and it will open up the div, and you can put something. Let's say a p tag. A p tag. If you put something without a dot or a hash, it will take it that that thing is an HTML element. So if you look down here, you can see key. So don't take it that it's showing you key because key is recognized as an HTML element normally. If I wrote precious here, you will see precious in here. So whatever you write that doesn't have dots or hash, it will just take it as a tag. So maybe dots, something. Emmet has a lot of there's a lot inside it. It's not just this. So I could say maybe dots me and then plus maybe a span dots 7. We have that. And if you wanted to maybe duplicate all of this, for example, now you could wrap them all in brackets and put it times, maybe times 2 or so. You see they come out 2 times. So anyhow, you can just take your time later, Emmet, and maybe
wait. Sorry. There's only, you said at first I need to put dots. That dot signifies that is a div, right?
Generally, you would put the tag name before the dots, but since div is like the most common thing, Emmet would just recognize anything as a div if you just start with dots.
Okay.
If you don't put a tag name first before writing the dot or the hash, Emmet will assume that you are creating a div.
Please, can you refer like a material site for us?
Can I what?
refer a site or a material for us to go through this.
Oh, I really don't have most things. I don't really have a site or something. Anytime I need something, I go to Google straight. I don't really have a site to look for things.
So you said plus means what?
You just add element to
I said what?
complete file of it.
I'm really finding it hard to hear what you're saying. Can you say it again? Cassie, I see your hand up.
That's what I hear now. That's what I hear.
Hello, Cassie. Okay, anyhow,
Sorry,
let's move.
I was raising my hand before. I was actually asking how many circles, but I think I can see it.
Yeah, it's confusing, right? There are 4 circles. Okay,
They
so
are
we
on
tried.
top of each other, right?
Yeah, they're on top of each other. So we tried to get their sizes. Yeah.
In that shorthand, in that plot, I said, what's the meaning of that plot for that shorthand you wrote that time?
A plus is a sibling.
Okay, sibling.
It follows CSS convention a lot. You know, dot is a class, hash is an ID. You know, CSS selectors now, plus is sibling. So I guess there's some correlation between them in that regard. But anyhow, like I said, there's a lot more to MS than the things I just said.
Are you recording?
Yes, I'm recording.
Okay.
Okay. Then again, you said that the circles are on top of each other. Abi?
Well, one inside the other.
Okay, one
now,
inside.
I removed the Z index, so they are just inside each other.
Okay, but you did not use any position, absolute or relative. Or is it my eye that is deceiving me?
No, it's not your eye that is deceiving you. I didn't use any of those. It's just something inside something.
Okay, something inside something. Okay, something inside something. Okay, fine.
Like you have a div and you have something inside it. That's just
okay. Continue. Okay.
Please, can I see the CSS for this circle too?
Okay. Before I go back there, right? I was trying to get us to try to judge, the sizes for these circles. So the first one was 300 px, right? And the next, Dramasi suggested 150 px, then 85, then 40. So clearly, from the 150, it looks too small, right? So we need to increase the ones. So can someone suggest new sizes?
Let's use 180.
180.
I think the first circle needs to be bigger.
So yeah, the CSS you were talking of, we have main. Everything is in main, right? Everything is in main. So main is just full screen with grids and place item center to make its contents be in the center. Circle, the 4 circles have the circle class. So aspect ratio 1 to make the width and height the same. Border radius to round it to a circle. Display grid and place item center once more to make sure that whatever is in them goes to the center. All right. Then we have these 2 background classes, blue and white, giving alternatively to the circles. Blue, white, blue, white. So it just gives them their background colors. Then for the individual circles, we are giving them width alone. So with the other things, in the circle class, everything falls into this. So the first one, 300 px width. The next, you say 180. That looks fair. So circle 3 is supposed to be quite a bit bigger. So what do we increase this to? This is 85.
100.
Sorry, what did you say?
100.
100. I see me. feels like it's still not there yet. The gap should be a lot smaller. Yeah?
That would be like 150 then. Oh no, 130.
130. Okay, then circle 4.
Ah.
See? This doesn't feel bad, right? Yeah, it doesn't feel too bad. So inside circle 4, we should put the text. Right? I see value proposition. So let's throw that in there. So span, let me just make it a p tag. Value proposition. Okay, so it goes to one corner. So what stylings do you think we need to do to this PM value proposition?
Text align center. Does it work?
Text align center. Hash value, right? Whenever I see white, I get size.
I'm fine again. I don't understand.
Why don't you just write it directly? Why don't you just write it directly? Why do you have to select?
Is it confusing for you?
I don't know.
I know. I understand. I understand that. I understand what he's doing. But I'm just asking why he's not writing it directly.
Me, I did not understand.
Yes, me too.
What didn't you understand? Sorry. Please just give me a moment. I think MTN is giving me trouble. Let me switch to something.
Okay, I should wait before I ask. Okay, let me wait.
Please. Yeah, I can hear you now.
I said that I did not understand what you did by 44.
944.
Is it because you want to type value inside circle 4? That's why you put the
value inside circle 4. Value is in circle 4. Normally it was this CSS class I first saw this thing. One day I jumped in here and saw I think Raja doing this thing. Yeah, so that's it. Okay, so text align center. Anything else that we need to add?
Well, I'm asking.
Don't wait.
The dot circle 4.
Font weight and color.
You say what?
Font weight, color.
Font weight
Maybe
and
the
what?
font size too.
Font weight and color. Okay, so what font weight do we use?
Let's use 600.
600 and then color. We just go with blue. Okay, so what else?
Font size.
Font size. Any guesses? Anyone?
Maybe like 1.15.
Oh, you like RAM? Okay. Let's roll with the RAM. 1.15. I'm against that. It's too small. Even 1.5 is small. Let's try it. I was wrong. I was horribly wrong. So 1.15 you said. Okay, yeah, this is how 1.15 looks. Let's not trouble too much. This is all right actually. So what's next? Okay, I think next is these triangles, right? Okay, actually not. If we look here, there's a bit of box shadow. Okay, it's a bit of box shadow. Makes this pop, sort of. makes it look like it's a bit off the page. So let's add box shadow to circle 1, circle 2, and circle 3. So for circle 1, box shadow. So the property is a right. So while we're here, let me just see if we can try and find somewhere to explain properly how box shadow works, because those numbers are a little confusing. I like this place. This place is very nice.
I like this. What number? 080 080.
Wow. They want need you know.
What is? Okay.
Alright, let's do somewhere else. This is interesting. This is very strange. What's happening? But you guys are seeing me now. If Meet is working, it means there's network. How can Google be down?
Yeah.
It's true. Check. Check if you have used what that thing. You are trotting a bit.
Oh, wow. Now the Edge that says it. Imagine Edge going to Google and Chrome not going to Google. Wouldn't that be funny? No worry, we'll just ride on like that.
Network miracle.
I don't understand for today. Okay, anyhow, I'll just explain. We'll just play around, experiment with the whole thing.
Box shadow, Abi. I think it's X-axis, Y-axis, blur, or something.
And
color.
spread.
Color.
Yeah.
Spread, Abi.
So let's have it at 0px.
0px.
0px. What's that one? Blur, right? Let's say the blur is 4px. And spread is 10px.
Spread.
And the
color. What about color? Okay.
The color is 0000015. Okay, so yeah, I think you just reminded me. That's how it goes. So this is one of them is horizontal. I think it's X and Y. So X is horizontal, right? Horizontal offset, vertical offset, blur radius, and spread. So generally, spread means how far away from that element is your shadow going to, spread. So 10px. So generally, we should see the shadow that we will see coming 10px out. Try and zoom out a bit more. So let me see. Right? If we could measure, I think we would see 10 px. 4 px is blur radius. Let me make it 0, and then just climb up from 1. All right. So 0, there's no blur anywhere. It's just like dead on shadow. And if we make it 1, then there becomes a little bit of blur, and it just keeps rising. Let me see 3. Right. Yeah, keeps rising. 5 px. 8. Very blurry kind of thing. Okay, so let me remove the blur a bit so that we'll see the next thing that will happen. All right, so this, I think this should be the horizontal offset. So if I say 2 px, it's not very visible. Let me make it 4 px. Right, I think this is more visible, right? You can see that the top and the bottom are not really changing. However, the shadow has shifted a bit to the right. So positive value for this means it will go to the right, and negative value means it will shift to the left. So this one, vertical offset. If I made this 10 px, for example, it will just come completely down, something like that. So generally, that's just it for box shadow. You can just remember that stuff: horizontal offset, vertical offset, blur radius, spread, and then the color. Okay, there's also one more thing, I think. Insets. So if you add insets, generally shadows are outset. I don't know if there's something like that, but you get the point. They go out of the element. But with insets, the shadow will now go inside the element. So I think I was even supposed to put insets in here from the original picture. Insets is used to create one, they call it neomorphic or being neomorphic design. That's the way the thing will look. It will look like a button that has a depression inside. Maybe, let me see if it will show well. Let me remove this. 0, 0. And it's not showing very well here. Well, I think when it's done on white, it's the way it comes out. Like there's a depression in it. Let me take this thing like this and go to the other side. So that's that small box, that small circle. Let's see if you can see. Kind of. Still not very. It's not showing very well, sir. Yeah, but anyhow, that's inset. That's the lowdown for box shadow. Right. So insert makes it go inside. Then horizontal offset, vertical offset, blur, spread, and the color. All right. So let me take that away.
Why are you using insert?
What am I on?
Okay, I thought you were using the insert. So I wanted to ask why.
Okay, no, I was just showing something. Blur, I think 4 is okay. Maybe this can be 8. And I think the shadow should be thicker. So maybe 3, 5. And the size will be smaller. It shouldn't come out so much. Maybe 5 px. This one can be 2 or 3, maybe 2.5. That's still so much. So maybe this one is increasing. 15. Oh, sorry, it's the blur that should be increasing. Yeah. So just playing around with the different things will give you different results. Maybe this can be better, but you get the point. You can adjust it on your own. For the next circle, let's just duplicate this. I think what circle had it? Circle 1, Circle 2, and Circle 3. But Circle 3 owned. It shifted a bit, so we're going to have to do some horizontal offset for Circle 3. But 1 and 2, it's a uniform shadow all around. Okay, so 2 and 3, right? Okay. But for 3, we're going to just shift it to the right. So you saw how it was, the shadow was a little shifted to the right. Which of these numbers am I playing with to get that?
Second number.
Second number.
No, first number. First number.
First
Sorry.
number. First number. Okay. So what value would you say?
For the right. Maybe positive.
Sorry, how many px?
Maybe 5 years.
5 px. I think we also need to drop this one and spread so that it will come out a bit more. I guess that's fair. Anyhow, we come finally to the main issue of today, or the first main issue of today, which is triangles. Okay, all these, let me not call them goddamn things, but they are triangles. So, how do you make a triangle with CSS? It's troublesome, but it's possible. And here is the lowdown with triangles. I'm going to say, let's do this on question words. I don't trust most of the things today. So, let me just create another circle somewhere out of here. So we'll use it for our experiment, right? So outside this biggest circle, I will just create another nice circle. And it will be test. Okay? So we need to give tests a width. Something that is not too crazy. So let's just say 200 px. And give it this box shadow. The background can be what? Black. Okay. There we have it. Our nice circle. Okay. So now, to create a circle in here, I'll use before and after to create them. All right. So, but later on in here, we're going to use spans because we need a lot of. Sorry, to create a triangle in here, I'll use spans later on in here because we need a lot of triangles. In before and after, you only have access to 2, extra elements, but you need like 12 also. So before I do that, let me just add position relative because there's going to be some absolutes in here. So after, as usual, with any of these, you start with content, and the content is just empty. Okay. So you don't give any width, you won't give any height. The idea behind triangle is border. So this is what we'll do. Border top. Let me say 30 px. Solid white. Okay. So now you pick the 2 things that are beside top. Since you picked top, the 2 things beside top, there's top, bottom left, right. What are the 2 positions that are beside top? Hello?
Come again with your question.
There is top, left, right, bottom. Right? So if you pick, exactly, left and right. So you just have to pick three that are like touching bodies. Border left, let's say another 30 px. Let's just
Wait, I want to clarify something. If you're writing,
Yeah.
as I want to clarify, I want to ask, if you're writing the shorthand,
Yeah.
is it not top right, bottom left? Is it top right, bottom left now? You're writing shorthand.
shorthand. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Top right, bottom left. It's true. Yeah, that's how the shorthand goes. But I want to. Okay, shorthand still would have worked, but this is why I separated it, because top has a different color, while left and right has a different color.
Yes. I'm just asking.
So generally, okay. So now it's a little crazy. There is some math inside this thing. So the first one you pick that you give a color, white, it will turn out to be that white, this 30 px for the white is the height of this triangle from here to here. That's what this 30 px signifies. So let's test that. I'm going to increase this to something very noticeable, 100. Right. It may not really look like that, but this and this, okay, I guess the change. But this is the very noticeable one, right? The height has very much increased. Now, for these other two beside it, they have to be transparent. It's just how the thing is. They have to be transparent. And this length signifies, the side from like here to here, something like that. And this one is like from here to here, something like that. So let's try that. Let me make this 60. Yeah, and you see our triangle is now a bit misshapen. There's the 100 from here to here. There's 60 from like, let's say the midpoint to this other way, and then there's 30 for this way. So the reason why it looks like this, let me add this.
Let's try.
What do you want to try?
Let's try giving the one give transparent. Let's try giving them colors. I'll just see the area.
Yeah, when I add this border bottom, I'll give them all different colors. So it would now make sense. Let me just say 50 px. Solid green. And this other guy is going to be yellow. Any other crazy color out there? Red. Yes, let's go color riot. Yes. So this is why it's happening the way it's happening. The width and the height are basically 0. So this is the actual element or pseudo element. And then we said we want the top border to be 100 px. So that's why I said, that's one you gave white determines, or the dimension here determines the height of this triangle. This is why. Okay, and 60 px this way said it determines, from this length, from this point to this way, because you can see that 60 px this way. This one 30 px this way. So when you make it transparent, this whole stuff is actually there, but you just can't see it. You're only seeing the white. So that's how triangles come about in CSS, by manipulating border. So you first of all get an element, don't give it a width, don't give it a height. because you don't really want to see the element. You just want to see its border. Then you give it a border. You pick any 3 sides that are, side by side, 1, 2, 3, something like that, or 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, something like that. And then you just follow that principle. 1 is the height of the triangle. The other 2, how far the edges of the triangle shift from the center, something like that. So now that we know how to create a triangle, there comes the next problem. We have how many triangles here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 triangles. So that's where a little bit of, what's that thing called? Trigonometry comes in. The angles in a circle is how many? Total angles in a circle. Where are the people? 360 ahead. Yeah. 360, and there are 12 circles. So, and they all look about the same size. So, what would be the angle for each circle?
12 divided by 360 divided by 12.
Yeah, that's it. Which is 30.
Oh.
So, yeah, 30.
But
So
I
now,
don't get.
Yeah, what don't you
I don't
get?
get the circles you are talking about.
In a circle, there are 360 degrees, and how do I describe it? The degree from here to here is 30. Here to here, 30, 30, 30, like that. So we have to find a way to create a triangle that this angle for this point here is 30. We have to find a way to make sure that we can get it to be 30, and then duplicate it 12 times and rotate it around the circle. Also make sure that the center of the triangle is at the center of the circle. Yeah, it does look challenging.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. The blue. Let's take for example the blue part now. It's like the other part of the whole triangle is the white part now. All triangle leads to the center. So you're just seeing only the blue part. You're looking at the blue triangle.
Yes.
Cuts where the cuts.
Yes. Yeah, it wasn't that I made 6 blue or 6 white. No, I made 12. Colored some 6, colored some blue, colored some white, and just rotated them around.
Please, can you explain again?
What part don't you get though?
It's the part of duplicating it.
The part of duplicating. Okay, like I said, it's like pizza now. Yeah, pizza is a very good example. Let's assume pizza is a circle, right? So if you have 12 slices of pizza, if you cut them equally, you could take those 12 slices and stack them one on top of the other. I don't understand. I mean, I don't know if you get. So there will be like
slices.
12 triangles.
Yes.
So, but if you chose to rotate those triangles, you just keep them one after the other, making sure that they are center in the same spots. They'll form a circle again. So that's what we're doing here.
Okay.
So now we have to find a way to create a triangle that would start from up here. The center will be at the middle, and it will be 30 degrees. So let's start from the easiest thing. Getting it to the center and getting the height accurately. For now, we can ignore the degree. Let's just get that height and get it to the center. So these ones can go back to being transparent. Okay, we get. Let me hide this circle for now. Or, I mean, since I'm already in CSS, let me hide it this way. Okay, so let's put back the 30 so we can have an even looking triangle. 30, 30, 100. So now, we want this circle to start from up here and get to the middle. Like this point here should be at the middle of the circle. Okay, so that means that the height
Sorry,
of
I
this
have a
triangle.
question. The
Yes.
avatar that we are using now is looking like a rectangle, not a circle.
Yeah, it's a rectangle.
Okay.
Yeah, you saw the multicolored box just now.
Yes, I did.
That's it. Okay, so essentially, we want this triangle, the height of this triangle, to be half the height of this circle, so that if you keep it up here, the middle point will be at the middle of the circle, and then if you keep rotating it around, everything will work out. So that's cool. The width of this circle is 200 px. The height is also 200. So that means if we give this thing 100 px, we've actually gotten it. I mean, we've gotten the actual height, half of the height of the circle. So what we need to do now is position it properly. So we use position absolute. Position absolute, we want it to be at the top, so top 0. Now, we want it to be in the middle, horizontally. So any ideas what we should do? Let me just start with this top. This is what top looks like. Okay, coincidentally, it's also in the middle. But with CSS, it's best not to take chances and to actually write CSS that will make it stay in the middle, not just getting lucky and it's in the middle. Because CSS can mess you up. You joke with it. So anyhow, what CSS do you think we should write to this after to make it stay in the middle, even if it wants to discover? Anybody?
Transform origin center.
It's not in the middle now.
I should put it in the middle. Is the how I'm asking you now?
Is it not in
Top,
the middle?
center, left. Zero.
Okay, it's in the middle, but
Can't you use right
CSS.
and left? 0, 0. Then transform origin center.
The time for transform origin has not reached. As for the left and right 0, 0, that's not really saying. I don't know if that will work. I kind of wish this circle was not in the center, so that we'll try that. What the hell? This feels like it should not be. Okay, so the very common way of putting things in the center with position absolute is this. Since it's horizontal center we're going for, then left 50%, which will make it start from the middle of the circle. And then you now use transform to translate it backwards by 50% of this triangle. Right, so transform translates x minus 50%. I'm going to tell you, or rather, I'm not going to lie to you. I have no idea why that thing started out in the middle. But CSS is sometimes like that. Sometimes things will look like they're working out for you, but you have to
Our
be careful.
call is about to end.
Sorry, the meeting about to end.
I mean, it's about to end.
The meeting is about to end.
Yes, yes.
Wow.
So
And
stuff that and also getting good grades. So in my house, C was F. So yeah, let's see if you're not going out in December. So you pick one. Yeah, you understand. So I know December 3 months and you must center. Yeah. So I wanted to answer this street, so I had to get age of 14.
J.
As a rapper, you know, I was doing like R&B, rabbit. It was even one of us used to go to David's house to go and record. You know, we'll not be taking calls because we had microphone. And also,
Alphabet. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V,
guys,
Oh,
you are not
Yes,
muted.
teacher JavaScript. Teacher JavaScript.
hello.
yay. I went to my
Hello, can anyone hear me? Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I can hear you.
We can hear you, Brandon.
Hello. Uh-huh. I think somebody wants to ask a question before we start.
Sorry, I was on.
Okay, you can ask.
I can't hear you. Okay, so can you hear me?
Is somebody saying anything?
I come
Yes, I
in
am.
man. Hello. Something is wrong.
We can hear you.
I can hear you now.
Okay. Yeah, there was someone asking me.
You said that test class has a width and a height. I didn't get to the height. Please, can you just scroll up? I don't understand how or there was no height amongst the properties that you put. Can you go to your VS Code? Sorry.
Okay.
The test class.
All right.
Or
How about
just
this?
scroll up a bit.
You guys can see me, Abby?
I cannot hear you.
Sorry, I was not. Can you guys still hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
All right, that's good. I don't know. Today is just trying to annoy me. Yeah, you were saying you only saw width here, but you didn't see height, right? And you're wondering why everything is still working. Okay.
Yes.
In the HTML, this has the class circle as well. All these circles have the class circle, and in the class circle, the aspect ratio of 1. So that's where your answer comes from. You remember aspect ratio? You know how it works, right?
Yes. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so anyhow, like this thing we did here, the whole left and transform, any issues with this? No issues. Okay. So we were able to create a circle, a triangle that starts at the midpoint of the circle and gets to the top. but a little bit of it is showing outside. What do you think we can do to get this little bit that is showing outside to
Overflow hidden.
Where do we put the overflow?
Any circle.
Circle. Okay, we don't have anything overflowing. It's best to be specific, Sha, and just put it in text. Since it's only text that we need the overflow hidden. Okay, hello sir. Nice slice of pizza. So in case anyone is wondering though, are you sure this point of the circle is in the middle? Here's a way we can check. So we can put an after. Sorry, before. We already have an after. Before contents. Are you guys aware what this is? Have you ever tried using this before? Just keep my mind up. Anybody?
What did you say?
Is it not attributes?
Yeah, it's attributes.
I know if you know what to be attributes.
So you can get some attributes from the parent element test. For example, I don't know. I have also I've seen it in use, but I'm not using myself. So let me say ID. Yeah. So you can use it to collect or use some attributes from the parent element. Right? Anyhow, just keep that in mind. You don't really need it right now, but it's good to learn things when you can. Okay, so content, let's have width, just 2px. Height, 2px, and background, red. So I just want to make a little dot that would be at the center of the circle. Yeah. That's it. Oh, now I understand why that thing was at the center. It was because of this. Yeah, that's why the triangle came to the center before. As this one just got to the middle, I was like, something has to be happening. No, we've seen it. It's not against us now. I should comment it out. Our red dot has vanished elsewhere. But this one, we've already used stop and that transforms, so it will still be there. Okay, so you can see the red dot exactly at the center. So now you can imagine that if you had 12 of these afters, you could rotate them, right? So the next issue is how do you make sure that this thing is 30 degrees? So we are going to get a little bit mathematical here. For this thing to be 30 degrees, okay, first of all, this is an isosceles triangle. You can remember your triangles. There was right angle triangle, equilateral, and isosceles. Isosceles triangle, one side is different, two sides are the same. Like lengths. So this length and this length are the same. It's this one that is different. So one nice thing about isosceles triangles is that if you divide them, this way, right in the middle, you get two right angle triangles, two equal right angle triangles, like equal in all dimensions. Okay, which is very important because all this trigonometry stuff, sine, cosine, tangent, they are easily used on right angle triangles. So if we can split this thing into two right angle triangles, we just have to make sure that this right angle triangle has 15 degrees and the other has 15 degrees. Now, okay, getting the degrees also is not too much trouble. Let me try some. Yeah, I know these are some things that some people probably never expected to see again. It's very sad that we have to still talk about it here. But I'm sure Alucard will understand that if Alucard is here, you understand that there's still use of mathematics and trigonometry in CSS, even though you've left school. Right, color. Okay, yeah, Sokatwa. In a right
Where is that one from?
Where is this one from? It's from here.
That's Okatwa.
It's the ID that I gave you. And so it's attribute ID, the content of this before pseudo element is set to the ID of the parent. Yeah, what was I saying? Okay, so in this triangle, actually, we know of two dimensions of this triangle. The height is this long one, border top, 100 px. Now, if you split this into two, this way is 30, the other way is 30. So you have a right angle triangle that you know two sides. That is absolutely lovely because with those two sides, you can get any of the angles you want. And what we want is this angle. Well, from here to half of here. And with Soccer, so this angle, we have the adjacent side, which is whatever this length is, and we have the opposite side, which is this length. So 100 as adjacent and 30 as opposite. So if you look at these three, there is only one that accepts opposite and adjacent, and that is T, tangent. So essentially, tan, whatever this angle will give us, will be opposite, which is 30 over 115. So if we want to get these things. Oh, what's that? Oh, that's very good. Okay. Essentially, tan something is equal to opposite over adjacent. So if I already know my angle, I want my angle to be 15. So I can say tan 15. The height, which is the adjacent, the 100 px, also cannot change. It has to be 100. The only one that can change, which is the one we're looking for, is that 30. Whatever that 30 is, we want to know what it should be. And so it will be tan 15 is equal to 100 over x. And if you want to know what x is 100 over tan 15. If you do the cross multiplication. So 100.
Sorry, I want to ask.
Yes.
Tan is opposite of adjacent, right?
Yes.
So it's supposed to be x. It's not supposed to be tan 15 equal to x over the height. Is it?
Let's look at the triangle again.
Tan 15 equals to opposite over adjacent.
Yes. The height is adjacent, all right?
Okay, so the height is the adjacent, right? Okay, tan 15 is equal to x over 100, which means x is tan 15 times 100. You are correct. X is tan 15 times 100. 15 tan 15 times 100. Let me just clear this and get tan 15. Yeah, so this is tan 15. It's a very long number, but
Fizo, I'm so sorry. How did you get the 15?
Please, I have a question.
yes.
Please, I have a question, Eddie.
I can hear you. I'm waiting for a question.
Okay, please, what are we calculating?
Do you remember when we talked about how there are 12 triangles, right? And the triangles are all equal. You remember that?
Yes.
Okay. In a circle, the number of degrees in a circle, total number of degrees is 360. That one too is clear, Abby? Let's just say it's a constant. Let's say it's a constant, right? In a circle, there are 360 degrees. You can't change that. And there are 12 triangles inside the circle. And the triangles are equal. So that means each triangle, the angle here should be 30 degrees. That way, if you keep them side by side, one here, one here, one here, one here, one here, and you take it down, eventually they will all add up to 360, which is a circle. Okay? Any confusion there still?
So you're saying that each triangle will have 30 degrees of Abby?
Yes, out of the 360. Okay. That's their slice of
stand out.
So now we want to just try and create one. Let's create one first. Duplicating things in the HTML CSS is not difficult at all. So let's just get one that we are sure this one has 30 degrees. So to do that, we'll have to rely on some trigonometry. And this how it goes. This triangle can be divided into two equal halves. If you imagine an imaginary line here, right, you can divide it. And if you divide it, you would have a right angle triangle, or rather two right angle triangles. One this side, one this side. Do you know what right angle triangles are?
Yes, I understand.
Okay. And since this angle here is supposed to be 30 degrees, if you divide this triangle into two right angle triangles, you have one right angle triangle. 15, 15, exactly. 15, 15.
Please, can you mute your mic if you are not speaking, please?
Okay, 15, 15. And now, with that 15, 15, we just know that we want to get 15 here. But you see, it's the way to get 15 here is by having the right length here and the right length here. If any of these change, this angle will change. Okay. So we already have this height, right? We decided it to be 100 px because the circle is 200 px and we want our triangle to be half the height of the circle. So we set it to 100 px and we don't want to change that. The one we can agree to change is this one. Over here, these are 30, 30. That's from the middle to here is 30, from the middle to here is 30. So in our right angle triangle, the height is 100 px and this short side is 30 px. However, this 30 px, we can ignore it because we want to know the actual thing that should be there. We know that this angle here should be 15. We know that this height should be 100. It's this one that we are not sure of, we want to calculate. And we have this reminder for our three very useful trigonometric functions: sine, cosine, tangent. This 100 px that we have compared to this angle is adjacent, right? Adjacent is the one that is beside, that is not the hypotenuse. Okay. In any case, this slanted line is always the hypotenuse. So we have the adjacent, we want the opposite. So opposite, adjacent. The only one that works with opposite and adjacent is tangent. So we have to use tangent. So tan 15 is equal to opposite over adjacent. But we are looking for this opposite, so as usual, we'll call it x. Maybe since it's code we're working with, you can call it I if you want. But we'll call it something. So anyhow, tan 15 is equal to x over 100. I don't have a keyboard here to write, but if you do that cross multiplication, to keep x on one side, you would have x is equal to tan 15 times 100. So that means all we have to do is to get tan 15, multiply it by 100, and instead of putting 30px here, we can put that value. That's just what it is. So,
okay, wait. I think I got lost at some point.
Okay.
You said that we're trying to get this side that is slanted.
Yeah.
That is slanted like this.
Yeah.
Is it that one that is the 100?
No. It is the imaginary one that goes in the middle here.
Okay, the straight line.
The straight line. Yeah, that's
okay,
the one.
I understand that one.
Yeah.
So what we are calculating for now, if this is the straight line, then it's opposite we are calculating for B.
Yes, the one that is here.
Which is this curvy part, the curvy.
Yeah, but it's not really curvy, but that length. It's just that we
think I get it now. Because we don't know what that length, that curvy thing is.
Exactly, we don't know what it should be. We want it to be the right. Where's the overflow in my hand? Oh, okay. So. From here to here. Right now it's 30, but it being 30 means we don't know what this angle is. For this angle to be 15, everything has to be calculated precisely. This is 100, we want this to be 15, so we want to calculate what this should be, so that if this is 100 and this one is what it should be, then this will be 15. So that's why we're doing this calculation.
So sorry,
so anyhow,
saying the slant one is 30.
No. This 30 is just a placeholder for now.
Okay.
It's just a placeholder so that we can, at least try and see what the triangle kind of looks like and imagine it. But this 30 is a placeholder. We don't actually have the, proper value for here. And it's that value we're trying to find right now.
But we only have one value, which is the 100.
Well, technically we have two values. We have the 100 and we have the angle 15 in our minds because we have 12 circles and all that, 12 triangles and all that. So triangles are very nice things. If you have two things, you can find the third. If you have two sides, you can find the length of the third side. If you have a side and an angle, you can find the other. That kind of thing. Especially right angle triangles, they are very lovely. So 100, 15 degrees, right? So anyhow, this one here is 100 times tan 15. So as long as we get the value of tan 15, I really hope I can copy this thing, because if this will mean I can't copy this thing, we'll fight here.
So, but which formula are we using?
It's what I just said, tan 15 times 100. What's this thing, right?
Tan 15.
That's good. So I know this number is long. I don't feel like approximating it, so I'll just use. I have to approximate it somewhere. Let me take it from here. I'll cut off the others, or maybe from this one. I'll cut off the rest. So let's assume that this is our value for tan 15, right? Approximated. This is tan 15. So if you multiply this value by 100 and put here in place of this 30 px, you should have theoretically, the right proportion. So let's do that. So calc, and instead of 30 px, we would have 100 px times that interesting number. Yeah, it looks kind of the same, but yeah, that's it. This is our 30 degrees triangle. So if you can make this 12 of it and rotate them, you'll have all ones. Okay. So anyhow, this was just to get the whole idea of triangles. And this is not really the circle we're working with. So let's move over to our actual circle, right? So I'm going to hide it. Yeah.
Please. This part you calculated, is it not just for half of the base of the triangle?
Yeah, it's for half of the base of the triangle.
So why you just? I thought you were going to. I thought you were looking for the whole length times 2.
No. We're working with 2 right angle triangles. We're imagining that this is divided into 2. So tan 15 for this half, the other tan 15 for the other half. So border left, border right.
Yeah. Okay, so that make it complete. Okay.
Yeah, that will make it complete.
Okay.
Please, yes. I know I want to draw you people back now. I got this your explanation of how we got the is it that bottom of the triangle?
Yes.
That is open. I know how we got it. But what I don't understand is, how did you get this shape of the triangle? I don't understand how.
Okay. Yes. So currently these 2 sides are transparent. I'm going to change them from transparent and just make them yellow. Okay. So you can see that what we've been playing around with here is border. So this after doesn't have the width, doesn't have the height. It just has border. So actually this white thing you're seeing here is border.
Okay.
So this is the after. Really. And the real after is this.
Please, your voice is breaking. I can hardly hear you.
How about now?
I think it's from your end, though.
Can you guys hear me well?
I can hear you.
Okay. Jomasi, how far? Are you still with me?
Yeah, I'm with you 100%.
Yeah. So this is how this came about. Because of the whole crazy borders we gave it. If you divide the borders, like separate them, give them different colors, this is what you see. So this is the top, this is one side of the border, this is the other side, this is the other side, this is the other side. Yeah. So we just made this transparent, made this side transparent. This one we didn't even bother with it at all. Right? Normally this was not there. So this is kind of how it is. But we don't need these 2 sides, we just need this one. And so we make these 2 transparent.
Okay.
Yeah. So the dimensions you give to these borders will determine how your triangle would look.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it's crazy, right?
Okay.
So let me just. Sorry. All right. So we're done with our little triangle explanation, and we can now carry that knowledge back to Circle 1. So in case you have forgotten, this is the real thing we're working with. And those triangles are supposed to be in Circle 1. 12 of them. So we're going to come to Circle 1 and let's 12 spans. Should I make them spans? Let me make them divs because things will be inside them at the end. So what do I call this? Triangle, right? Triangle and 12. So you can see div. Since I did not put an element tag, it will just be div by default. Okay, yeah, they are looking. Oh, sorry, I did not press enter before I say. Yeah. Anyhow, they are looking crazy like this, but we're going to style them very soon. So Circle 1 should have position relative, first of all. Let's look over here. Anything else I should have? Nothing. So we just take all these things from the after. So the triangle would have all of these. Border top, border left, border right, position. So the only thing now that should change actually is this 100 px. This 100 px should change because the reason why this 100 px was 100 px was that the width of this circle we're working with was 200 px, and so we wanted half of that. Yeah, and so circle 1 is 300, and so we should work with half of that. So if you wanted to do this, in a very nice way, like where you change one thing and everything changes, you can use CSS variables and say something like width is 300 px. Okay, and so this width would be right now nothing will change really. Okay, you can kind of see the circle. So because these triangles are inside circle 1, that variable width that we created, dash width, would be inherited by them. So if I come over here, this triangle, and instead of 100 px, I say
bar width.
That would give me the value of 300 px over here. But what I want really is 300 px divided by 2. So I'll just take these 300 px and replace them with that. Calc 100, sorry. Bar width divided by 2. Yeah. Calc inside calc is crazy. So I'll remove the calc for these two. They don't need it already. Yeah, but width divided by 2 times tan 15. How is this thing right? Why is this scary color? Anyhow, we have our circle, our 30 degrees circle.
I'll still ask a question about this dance stuff.
Okay, what question?
I'm still not clear about the tan whole issue.
Okay, and for this width, the reason why I did it like this is that if you wanted to change this circle.
I understand variables.
You understand this one? Okay.
I understand variables. I'm
So
talking about the calculation. I'm not still clear.
No wahala. Okay, anyhow, for now, we have this issue. We've created our triangle. But the triangle is coming on top of these other things. But if you look at this one here, they are going under the other circles. So what do we do in this situation?
I think you will use ZDZ.
Second circle.
So where do we put the Z index?
The remaining 3.
The remaining 3 circles. Okay.
So we lower down. We lower the second one instead. Yeah.
The thing with -1 is that to also go below this one. Let's try it.
Yeah, it's true.
Please remind me, the higher the Z index, the higher it will be above. It will be above, Abi.
Yeah, the higher it is, the more on top.
Yes.
-1. Yeah. So it will go below everything. It might even be below
because by default.
Second, the third, 3.
Okay. No, this is circle 1, this is circle 2, this is circle 3, and this is circle 4. So we should give Z index to circle 2. Make it higher
than the others, but
yeah. So circle 2. Let's try something interesting. Let me give this 5. Let's see. Okay. So we have all ones. But yeah, we forgot to add overflow.
Overflow here then.
Over there. Triangle.
10,000.
Stop. All right. Okay, let's see. All right, we have this. So the next step is to find way and rotate all the circles, right? Now, there is a transform already on the triangles, and want to give rotates to it. So the thing with transform is that you can't put, just like you can't put the same CSS property twice inside, or rather multiple times inside the elements, inside the styling. Because just like an object, if you add the same property again, you are just overwriting the previous value. So if we want to both translate X and rotate at the same time, we have to do it together in the same place. But it also gets tricky because the transforms get applied one at a time. So the one you put first will happen first. And in case you've not pictured it, there's a difference between shift this thing by 2 meters and rotate it, and rotate this thing and shift it by 2 meters. Right? There's a difference. Okay, let's try it. Let's say rotate, just put this on all of them, 50 degrees. This is how it looks. Right? If I remove this rotate now and put it in front, that's how it looks. You see the difference?
So it rotates before.
Exactly. So now let me ask you, which one do we want to happen first? Should it translate first before rotating, or rotate first before translating?
Rotate
first.
Rotate first. You think it should rotate first? Okay, there's one thing we're missing, Sha, and that's transform origin. It's very helpful in cases of rotation, especially because if you tell something to just rotate, it will rotate with its center as the axis. As in, like a piece of paper, you put your finger in the middle of the piece of paper and press it down and rotate the piece of paper. It will just stay in the same place. The center will stay in the same place while the rest of the body will be rotating. But that's not what we want for this triangle. We want the tip of this triangle to remain there at all times, but the rest of the triangle can just be rotating around. You get?
Ending in 15 minutes.
Can you imagine? What kind of time is this?
Google Meet. That's what we get.
Okay. So transform origin should be bottom center, right? Because normal, when the triangle was the way it was, the bottom of the triangle and the center of that bottom, that's where we want to not shift. Every other, it can just be rotating around that point. So bottom center. All right, so let's look at the rotation. This is how it looks, and let's go the other way. Which one is better?
This one.
This one.
Scrolls out to what ones I choose.
All right. But anyhow, I would have been rotating by 30 degrees.
I didn't get that. Bottom center, meaning that you should do what? Where is the bottom? Where is the
no. Transform origin. Where should the transformation start?
Yes.
So the transformation in question, the one we're really worried about, is this rotation. Because translate X, in this situation, it doesn't matter what point we are translating from, right? Whether it's the center or the top, it's just shift it to the left. Yeah, you go shift the same way. But for rotation, transform origin.
Sorry, I want to ask. What if you use rotate 30 degrees first, then translate S second? But for the transform, you now use center. Only one.
Let me try. This is red, and let me give this Z index of what, 10. Let's go crazy. Z index of 10. So this is how it looks now. You said rotate. Let me even remove the rotate first. This is how it looks normally. Okay. So if I rotate first, rotate by 30 degrees. That's what we have. Okay.
Is that not what we want?
No. Did you see that the center shifted? It was no longer at the middle. This is the middle of this circle. See where the middle is, under value, right? But if we rotate first and then translate, middle will shift.
Yeah, it shifted.
But if you translate first and then rotate,
because it translates is what's actually middle center.
Yeah, middle does not shift. So we should translate next. Alright. Let me just leave the right. So now we want to be rotating all of them differently. As in, the first triangle will probably have a rotation of 0, second 30, third 60, 90, 120. So just be going up like that. So that looks like another situation for variables, CSS variables. So let's have a variable here called rotation. Let it start at 0 degrees, 0 there, right? So for this rotate, we should be no rotation instead should be 30 degrees. So what we'll do, we'll rotate by calc bar rotation times can we call it index? Sorry, but this rotation, just for the sake of, I think there was the reason, there's another place we'll use it, so let's leave it like that. Index. So we'll have index starting at 0. So for the different triangles, we are only going to be changing index. So if index is 0, rotation 30 degrees times 0 becomes 0. It will not rotate. If index is 1 times 30 degrees, it rotates by 30 degrees. 2, 60 degrees, 3, 90, like that. So actually, I've noticed that.
Why do we need that try index value? Let us just use this value alone.
Yeah, you're going to see. See, this is one of those things that Emmet can do. This thing I'm about to do now, Emmet, if I had known a bit more Emmet, I could have done this smoother. You see how you can just have a class and multiply it, duplicate it 12 times, right? Emmet can do that and also be incrementing something like a for loop, like how you say I plus something. Emmet can do that. You can have triangle 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It will do that for you.
Okay.
So if you have time, you can go read up on this thing on Emmet. It's actually very nice. So I don't know it, so I'm going to just do this manually. Seven, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, and in here, I'm also going to do something similar. But triangle 1. Index 0. Actually, I think I can remove this from here since all of them will have it. So triangle 1, index of 0. And I'm just going to duplicate this. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm very wary about using nth of type after I noticed that it has very low specificity in CSS. So a lot of times, something that should have worked refused to work. So I've stopped banking on it. This is 3.
Meeting will soon end.
How many minutes now?
7 minutes.
7 minutes. So are you guys up on that one? Or if you need to make some? What's the time now? 8:30. So what do you guys say?
Let's finish it up.
That's the only thing I'm hearing. So I assume everybody agrees. So once I finish doing this, I'll send. Fine. And let's see the magic. Huh? Huh? How about that?
Okay, fine.
All right. So this will no longer be red.
It's like
What was
a
it before? It was
quality
white.
transparent something.
And Z index is the.
Sorry, let me look that one.
You did what?
How do you? What's that? What's the variable name that index? You assign each of the for each of the triangle. Okay.
Yeah.
Index 0, 1, 2, 3.
This will be like
I
magic.
hope you are recording this thing.
Yeah, but the recording is going to be really long, though.
It's better
No problem.
It's better
That's 2 hours
to
now.
understand it than
No
for us to
problem.
know.
You don't understand.
That's 2 hours now. Okay, so some of you can see some spaces in here, right? I'm going to assume that those are happening because what is that?
Maybe Boda has.
We are not really using tan 15.
Oh, okay.
What is this thing? It's not exactly tan 15. You know, it is an approximation. I cut off the remaining parts. Maybe if I add them back, these spaces will go away. Maybe, I don't know. But anyhow, this is fair enough, right? Yeah. So some of these triangles were blue. How many minutes? 4 minutes. Some of the triangles were blue. So let's just. What do I do? Border color, right? Border color. Okay. Blue and white. Let me just add something. Border color. So I can just reuse these classes and add those triangles.
Okay, makes sense. Yeah.
Border color white. If you change the whole damn thing, no, it's not working. How about border top instead of border color? Yeah, border top color. Right. Border top color. Okay. So now, first triangle.
I think the white was in my eyes.
Is blue first. So let's just go blue.
Please, sorry, can you? I didn't understand how you managed to get all these triangles. When you assign the variable index 0, 1, 2.
Really manually. Damn. What the heck?
Satisfying.
I like what's going on here. Like now,
It's like you have to add JavaScript to these things to actually finish it.
No. I just have to use a special class. Don't worry. So I think I have to create another meet now.
Oh yeah.
I have to create another meet now. Okay. No, I didn't save the other one.
I told you now.
What do I do? I didn't hear you. Sorry.
Okay.
I didn't. Control KS. See the sensor.
Are you saying that the second one you cannot get the recording?
No, you can. Okay. No, everything is together. I did not stop the recording. Like the whole time I was playing around, everything is together. So, I'll drop new link on WhatsApp. Let me just close this and start again. So, see ya. Alright. Hello, y'all. Can you hear me?
Welcome.
Hi, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay, final stretch. Wait. Why?
Please, can we save it?
Save
I
it.
was exit circle, ba.
Crazy
I
circle.
don't want to know.
But what kind of design that they will not say that you should use this kind of thing?
We might
I
go
can
and
use
see
it for
now.
Sir?
I
I said I
said,
can use it for design.
For what?
there's something.
And
We'll go and see this in CSS battle.
that's true.
But there's one thing I want to do, but I don't know it.
What's that you want to do?
I want to put, you see this, where this, I want the edge, not this circle now. You see that sharp edges, those sharp edges. I want to draw coily lines there, and I will give it different colors.
Pauline. I'm glad you understood.
You must want to
people are
No, I'm going to send you that video. I will send you. It's very long, but I will send you that video. You will understand why I'm laughing. You will laugh too, don't worry. I promise you will laugh too.
Red line.
You're breaking down.
Inside the matter.
Mother top color. It's a better work.
Thomas, well done.
The next only one is that why do you want to draw line at the top? Why?
So we have arrived at this point.
Like why?
Okay. This class.
Please.
I decided not to go with. Yeah?
Can you start from where you inserted in triangle? Sorry to drag you back.
That index stuff.
Yeah, that index.
Okay, the index stuff.
Yeah.
The rotation is what I want to be changing, right? The translate is fine, but what I want to change is the rotation. The first one should be 30 degrees. The first should be 0 degrees rotation, which is this straight one. The next 30, 60, 90, like that. So we get over here. So I want a situation where Actually, I could just leave this 30, this rotation, and just, write. Maybe this will be easier to understand. 30 degrees times whatever the index is. So if the index is 0, 0 times 30 is 0. It doesn't rotate. If the index is 1, 1 times 30, 30, 2 times 30, 60, 6 times 30, 180. So I just need to change the index and the value inside that space will change. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
So this stuff was done on triangle. All the triangles have this triangle class, but they also have their own special what's the word, unique classes. So on those unique classes, I set a different index. So they all
specificity now, something like that, like specific, like apart from the general one, now it will be specific to each of them.
Yeah, specific to each of them. They have their own special index. Okay. So it's that special index that will now be factored into this place. Okay. So as for the blue T, the first triangle. The first triangle is blue. So I started from here, gave it the class blue T, skip one, blue T, skip one like that. So in blue T, all I'm changing is the border top color. Since the way the triangle is created, the color that you actually see is the color of border top, which is white in all of them. But for those blue T ones, I want that color to be blue. And that's it. All right. So wahala number 2. We want to have these numbers inside. So you can see that so far the way these triangles were created, they are not something you can put something inside. They are basically like before and after. You can't put anything inside. So essentially
content.
So to be able to create these numbers, you have to create another set of things, another set of elements that you would rotate, to one angle, that kind of thing. So this is what I have in mind, right? I'm going to create a rectangle like this. It should have about this width. I already know this width, whatever this width is. It's just this number. This bar width over 2 times blah blah blah. This is half of the width of this triangle. This is half of. So if I just add these two together, maybe I just say bar width times this, I will get this width. So I'll just make something like that and make like 6 of it. And once again, we're rotating them differently. Since they are skipping 2 triangles each time, so we can say the rotation is 60 degrees. Since triangles were 30 degrees, this one will be 60 degrees. Rotate 60, rotate 60, rotate 60. Like that. Alright, so let's hop to it. Perhaps part of the thing that gave me trouble was now I'm stuck between 2 options. Do I create those things, inside these triangles, or do I create new spans for them? I don't know if you catch the little dilemma here. Do I create brand new spans? We call them rectangles this time around. Or do I just over here in this triangle, I put on that the rectangle and we carry on our merry way? Let's go with that. This one, I've not heard anybody's voice in a long time. Are you guys still with me?
Yeah, we're here.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
I was just missing the voice. Okay. Rectangle.
Your mom said you used to jump. You climb on top of a table and jump down.
Let's have it as this. Whatever the hell this thing is.
Oh, that's sweet.
But it will not be divided by 2 this time around. Yeah, just like this. And height, as usual, this will be just like this.
Clever rabbits. And then, woof.
Joyce,
Just say person no go meet.
Jesus.
Background, let's for a test. Let's put red. And
oops.
Lord of Jesus. Oh, come on, come on.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah, I forgot position. Okay. So you can see the rectangles. This is not going nicely. So I'm going to remove these rectangles from the triangles. Can you see what's going on? They are following the rotation of the triangles in one kind of annoying way. So I can't have them in there.
Should not be nested.
Yeah. So I'll just come down here and create 6 new. I should have just done that as well at the same time. Let's do this. Zero 1 0 2 0. Okay, so we have our rectangles, and I will remove the styling from inside triangle. Right, so what are you going to do? So once again, we go through that process, right?
Joala is too much. Safe.
Wait, so what's the ant doing
Honestly.
there? Sorry.
What's the
What is
what?
that person doing there? The ampersand.
The amper. Oh, sorry.
Nested CSS.
Remove this one.
Okay. I'm doing nonsense now. Top 0, left 50%, transform. Let's just have that transform origin. Bottom, center, and transform itself. We translate first. We now don't have any arguments about that, right? Yeah, and then maybe we can rotate by something.
By the index.
Right. So you can see if I added 60 degrees to this text, we are seeing 90. See that? If I add another 60, 150, it comes this way. So those are our rectangles, right? Now, for the span inside of them, there are, what was that color? They're red. The color is red, but let's start with the font size. So what font size are you suggesting? We used 1.15 rem to write this value something, and you can see the numbers are much bigger. Much bigger. So
You said 1.15, right? Okay, try.
yeah, for the value. Try what?
I said try
1.8. 1.7 rem.
1.7. Okay, font weight.
1.7. Okay, you've not saved.
Yeah, I'm not saving it. Font weight, I'll just say 900, because that thing is specific. What else? Color. Color should be red, but right now I'll just call it blue since we're on the red background. Or green. Let's go crazy. What else do you want? Maybe text align center. Anything else? I think that's fine. Okay. So 1.7 is small. And we didn't listen to our text align center because the bits
Use 5.
not 100%. Let me think. Do you guys know why this is not listening to text center?
Because it is span, so you need to, I think.
Exactly.
We've not given it meat.
Yeah. And we have, okay, yes, we have, but it's still not listening.
It's an line element, is it not?
Yeah, so what do we do?
So yeah,
Display block or something.
Yeah, display block. Okay, so font size goes up. What was somebody saying?
Somebody said 5.
A whole 5, man. Wow, I tell you. Sorry, I had a question.
Sorry, that's a question.
Can we keep quiet? Someone wants to ask a question.
Asha, wait, hold on now. Hold on. If you do display block now, do you still need that width of 100%?
Oh, let's find out. I don't think we do. Let me drop this thing. Yeah, you don't need it. You just need a display block. Thank
But
you
make
for that.
it a bit smaller though.
Yeah, a bit smaller. So it's 2.5.
Yeah, 2.5 now. Fine.
That's fine. Okay, so now I'm going to remove this background from red and just make it transparent.
Yeah, you inline block. I want to check something. That's
Okay.
Already here. Out there. Is there another number there, or are all of them the same place?
Yeah, all of them are together. They all have the same rotation, so they are stacked on top of each other.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So it's looking weird, right?
This rectangle that you use writing this.
Remove that line block.
With the inline block, we need to put width. So let's just go back to block.
So I'm asking this rectangle now. What position did you give it?
Position, it's absolute. It has very similar styling to the triangle.
So how did you get that width and height now? How did you get it? How did you know that that's the value you're going to use?
I just borrowed the width of this triangle, the base of this triangle, and the height, from the top to the center, that kind of thing. I just borrowed that.
Position, look at top 0.
Yeah.
Top 0 from here.
Top 0. Okay, let me go back to 0.
Is it the rectangle is relative to what? Is it the bigger outer circle?
Sorry, let me give this a color once more. Red. Yeah, this is all we have. This is the rectangle. Starts at the center, gets to the top. It's about this wide.
Yes.
Yeah. So top 0 is relative to this circle 1, because that's the closest relative ancestor.
Yeah.
Left 50% is to make it start from around here. It translates x minus 50% and bring it back to the center. So it's all a game of rotation. Transform origin is set to bottom center, so this point around here. So if it's rotating, this point will not move. The rest of it will just keep moving around.
So does that mean you need to also change that one dynamically as well, the rotate?
Yeah, the index, yeah. I would need to do something like that as well. So let's have indexes for that. Okay, so how about you guys do it this time around? What variable do I throw in? That kind of thing. So one thing to remember, don't worry. So you find your way. So I'm not going back up. Can somebody help us with this rotation? Yes, this is where we are. We have a bunch of rectangles, numbered 1 to 6.
Okay.
Yeah. And we want to... Or do we give them the indexes first? Maybe that will give you the way to move on. Right. So who is helping us out? Please, before this thing will close again. I'm very scared of meat right now.
I think you have to start on 30 degrees now. Is it not?
Okay, so 30 degrees.
Will you not do the variable again?
I want somebody to help me with the variable. So I'm waiting for you.
Don't worry, let's go outside. Show me the first one that you did. I will look it up.
Okay.
So I'm going to give a class first of all. Or
class.
Already use that class. Yeah, we are going to give it.
We already have what do you need the class for?
Yeah? Okay, we already have
rectangle and rectangle 1.
A separate variable.
Okay. What do I call the variable?
Called variable. I don't even know the variable name I'll use. Anybody?
It's not bad if we still use index if you are confused about them. There are different elements, so there will be no clash.
Text index or something.
Alright, so rectangle 1.
Oh, can't you apply it to that class?
I still need to be changing the values for each of them. So here, just like how we did for triangle now, set
Okay.
Yeah, give it different indexes.
Okay, it's a simple rectangle, it's not a triangle, sorry. I was making mistake. Yeah, I guess.
Okay, so to save time, let's just go with index again.
Yeah, index.
So this, as usual, we'll start from 0.
No, 30 degrees.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, you want to actually write this thing?
Is it the degree? You don't need an index, it's not the degrees you need.
Yeah, well, it's a way to not stress your mind. I mean, do you like
Okay, yeah, I need the index, sorry.
You just put a number and it calculates the right thing for you.
Yeah, so I think you start from 1 now. 30 times 1, 30.
1 will actually make it more stressful.
It
will make it more stressful, actually.
Okay.
In this thing, in all these kind of things, I've noticed it's always best to start from 0. Okay, but don't worry, you want to start from 1.
If you start from 0, now it will be 30 degrees times 0. And it will be 0.
No, let me go it like this.
I'm not thinking in the right direction or something.
5 and 6. Alright, so what changes do I make in this rotation?
Sorry, the rectangles are still 1.
30 times 2. I think it should be 30 times 2, 6. It's supposed to be 90. So it's supposed to be 3,
30 degrees times what?
135 and the rest. What numbers?
Index.
Yeah, the index. There's supposed to be 135. What numbers?
Odd numbers.
135, 7, 9, 11, blah. 11, yeah.
Sorry,
so I just realized I'm not going to change. Yeah, I'm just seeing that now. Alright, so do I save or want to add something?
Why not just make the classes correspond to that rectangle 3 rectangle? But it doesn't matter, Sha.
Do I save or?
Have you?
Alright. So yeah, this does do the job. So let me take off this red color and make this guy red. Yeah. We're pretty much there. We just need these numbers to always be facing straight. they should not be rotated with their parents. So, ideas.
Wahala too much.
Yeah. Okay, and I've seen. Yeah. So, in case you are not noticing, that is why I went to the trouble of putting this span inside something else, so that this one can be on its own and this one can rotate on its own. So essentially, it's just to find the rotation that the parent has and do the counter thing, do that thing -1. So for the spans, we put a transform rotate. Sorry. Transform rotate. Now the spans are inside those rectangles. So which means the index set on the rectangles will be inherited by the children, spans. So we can just take this and multiply it by 1, or rather -1. So that it will rotate that same value in the opposite direction. And so it will arrive at 0. But just to be safe, let's add transform origin.
Okay, you copied everything. You copied all the styling.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not all the styling, just the rotate, the thing that was inside rotates.
Okay.
Okay. So transform origin center to make sure that it rotates from the center. Well, originally it should rotate from the center, but with CSS, it's best to be sure.
Extra validation.
There we have it. Maybe if you feel it's too close to the center, I don't know, maybe adding.
Wait, what if you had -30 degrees?
Too much.
What if you add move that -1 and add -30 degrees?
Okay. Yeah, that should also do it. All right, so there we have it. We have done the impossible. How is it? Does it not feel possible right now? Does anything not feel possible? I mean, after doing something like this, anything feels possible, right? Maybe we should draw Queen Elizabeth next. All those people that do those weird things. All those people that do those things. I don't know what their problem. The voice is foul.
Yeah, very faint.
Okay, so finally we have come to the end.
So can you hear me now?
Yeah.
I can hear you now.
I said the whole thing about the tank.
The whole thing about the can. Confused.
You understand the question, though?
I didn't really get you well. Oh. I kind of heard you, but I didn't really get it.
Okay. I said about go back to your CSS.
Yes, Victor is recorded.
What if I said it's not recorded?
You come back and retake the
We'll take you back in time.
Again. It's looking like 3 because of the shadow.
I'll be asking for that recording.
I used to ask you because.
Okay. Yeah, it's triangle, right? I'm at triangle. Hello, Cassie.
I can hear you. It's here now.
What do you want me to do here?
How we got the calculation.
Okay.
You have gone away from your mic again.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Like this is fine.
Okay, I was using my headphone. I said the whole process of getting the 0.26 something, I know how to get the variables.
This one?
Yes.
Okay. I wonder if this thing will agree to browse now. Google. We're no longer beefing. Nonsense. Solving tangent and you don't have a picture. Go wrong now. What's wrong with this? Sorry, I just want to see somewhere that. Can I what?
Zoom in.
Okay. These guys are doing well. Is this fine?
Yeah, better.
Okay. Yeah. So we have a right angle triangle. Right. This kind of looks like that. If you were to duplicate this and turn it the other way and keep it here. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Okay, so this is like half of our triangle. Okay, and this place is 15. We already know, or we knew the length of our right angle triangle to be 100 px. This one, provisionally, temporarily, it was 30 px, but that 30 px, we're not sure about it. That's what we wanted to calculate. Here is 15 degrees. Here is 100 px. We want to get here. And so tangent, tan 15 is equal to opposite over adjacent. It's like this tan, see it, tan C is 15 over 26, right? So in that case, in our situation, tan 15 will be x, because we're looking for this, x over 100 px. And so to get x is the one on top here. So to get x on its own, it will be tan 15 times 100. The 100 will go up here, right? And you know that in this place, whatever length, whatever px you write here is going to kind of be the length of that side. I don't know if you remember that.
Yes, it's
right now we're doing our triangles. The long one was the border top. The border left is like from here to here. Border right is like from here to here. So whatever length you get, you put in that place as your px, border width, is what will give this length. And is that length we're looking for. And from our calculation, we just saw that that length is tan 15 times 100. So just quickly in that place, put, this is the, okay, the circle was 300 px, so it's actually 150 px. Tan 15 times 150 px. Right, so this is the 150 px, and this is the tan 15. We did a small calculation of tan 15, and this is what we got. This gravity. Okay, so are you still confused about that calculation? Hello?
I think
run away
it's
from the mic again.
now.
Okay. All right, so A box shadow outside. Yeah, box shadow outside. So anyhow, any questions?
Yes.
Wow.
So why did you now divide it by 2? Your var width divided.
Okay. The circle width is 300 px. The triangle, we want it to be half the height of the circle, which is why the height of the triangle is width over 2. And for this place, the thing we are multiplying by tan 15 is the width of the triangle. So we just carry the same bar width over 2 and come down here. This bar width over 2 is like this length over here. And this length is half of the circle's width or height. So that width is width of the circle. So width of the circle divided by 2 is the height of the triangle. So the whole width thing was just there so that everything can be very easily dynamic. If I just go to the circle and change that 300 to 400, I won't have to change anywhere else. Everything will just scale immediately. Yeah. So, any more questions?
Where can we learn this thing?
All right, no more questions. So, I think today was fun, right?
Yes, today was fun. Thank you.
You're welcome. So, until we meet again.
Thank you.
Welcome. That's true. I might as well stop it now. So 2 minutes, 2 hours, 49